Hey, welcome back to the fourth part of the hexagon cardigan crochet along. Today we're going to be working on the arm to make the arm the right length. I am using my jumper here and I'm going to measure this bit. Now this arm is actually a bit short for me, so I'm going to add a little bit, but don't forget you're going to have a cuff like this. So I'm probably going to have my cuff here and then have this amount of length on my arm. So I'm going to measure it and then I'll get back to you. So the length up to my armpit is about 40 centimetres. I'll probably go to 41 centimetres because I don't want my arm to be too short. But yeah, let's get started. 41 centimetres. So currently my arm is about 23 centimetres. So I've got a long way to go. So yeah, we are going to work on this part of the arm until I get to 41 centimetres or however long your sleeve needs to be. So to start working on this arm, what we're going to do is unpin it, because I like to work. You can do this bit afterwards and you can join it all across here and then work on it while it's joined, but I don't like how it looks, so I open it up and then I'm going to work on it in rows. So we're going to start here and we're going to just go backwards and forwards until we get to the length we want. Okay, now you'll notice it's still inside out, but that's fine because we're going to work this way, then this way, this way, then this way. So leave it inside out, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, let's get started. So let's join. Where's the end of my yarn? It's in a tangle today. Here it is. Right, let's join into this corner here, and we're just going to do that by chaining 3. Don't forget, crochet over your end. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to whack a cluster in here. So we're just going to add 2 more. This should be a pretty quick crochet along this week. Oh yeah, don't forget, tally how many rows you need to get to the length. It'll save us on the other side. I have, that was a bit, you know. I have decided that I'm going to do another crochet along, probably going to run it alongside this one, on a nice filet crochet Halloween blanket. So there will be videos of that going up soon if anybody is interested. It's my own pattern, so it will all be done on video because I've taken it off of my online craft shop, shall we say. So the only way you'll be able to repeat the pattern is by watching the video. I think I've done too much crochet this summer holidays. My hands don't like it anymore. Yeah, we're going to just keep going along here. It's a bit like the bot, you know, last week we just did stripes up and down to get the length. It's exactly the same for the arms. The next 4 parts, I am going to do them obviously, but they are literally repeats of the 4 that we've just done. So if you wanted to get ahead, you could do that, but I will do them because it is a crochet along. I might just speed them up a little bit because, well, everyone will know what they're doing. And rather than all the measuring, we'll just be able to go off the rows that we've been writing down. So if the length says you need 10 extra rows, you're just going to do 10 extra rows. You're not going to measure it. You know, if you need the body width, I needed 13 inches, which was 32 rows. So we've already got the measurements written down that we can work off. Yeah, we are literally just doing the same as we did last week, but for the arms till we get to the desired length. So I will speed it up when I get to the end of this row. I'll remind you what to do at the end of these rows, and then I will speed it up. And we're going green, white, green, and it's going to go straight back to white. But that's what colour the yarn was next, so we're just going to go with it. I was umming and ahhing about whether to change the order or not, but I didn't in the end, so we'll just go with like I said. I don't know what colour to do my Halloween blanket. I was thinking variegated, but I'm not sure if the pattern will show if it's variegated. I think it depends how variegated it is, so we'll have to have a little look. Maybe give it a go. Oops, oops. Oopsie, oops. Now, do you remember in the last chain space, we do a cluster of 3. Then we do chain 3. Then we flip our work. This is why it doesn't matter that you're working inside out. Then we flip our work and we go into here with a cluster of 3. 1, 2, 3. Just keep going with what you're doing and I will meet you at the other end. We are almost at the other end, so we're just going to keep going. Oh, I'll tell you what else I've done. When I've been doing my clusters, I've been picking up that little green bit underneath just to doubly carry it over. It makes it less visible. I'll show you again on the next bit. Here, look, so along here where we've crocheted over, you can still see it, but if you just go under that bit, and then it'll be invisible, or it would be if I could crochet. And now we are at the end of the row. So there's no space here, but that's okay. We are going to whack a double just in the top of that chain space. And then you're going to chain 3 and turn. And we're back at the start of this row. So now you do have a space here. So we're going to change this into a cluster and we're going to do 2 doubles in here. And then you're going to carry on going backwards and forwards like you were before. And we're at the other end again, so I'm going to show you this one. And then I will just keep going after this one until I get to the desired length. So I'm whacking a cluster in here. And then in this one, we've got a chain space, so we've got another cluster. 1, 2, 3. And chain 3. And turn. Don't forget, tally how many rows you're doing. It will save you on the other side. Now there is no chain space here, so we're going to whack a cluster into this chain space. 1, 2, 3. Guys, don't forget, if you're using this crochet along and you're actually making a cardigan, tag me in the videos. I want to be able to see them. I want to see what you're all up to. So I've done 4 rows, so I'm going to, well, no, I'm on my 4th row, so I've just tallied that. And yeah, let's see how many rows I need to get to the desired length. Catch you at the end. So I'm actually on my 10th row, and although I know it's not long enough, I actually want to check the length, because I've just looked at the length I took, and I know I added a bit onto my sleeve because my sleeves are a bit short, but it seems a bit long. So I'm just going to get to the end of this row, and then I'm actually going to measure it against myself to see if I think that I need as much length as I'm giving it. I haven't measured it yet, but I'm just looking at it by eye and thinking, oh, I don't know, that seems like quite a lot. So we're going to have a little look-see and see if, well, I'm going to measure it against myself and see what happens. And we are back on the white, guys. Just as I start recording again, look, we get back to the white. Look how much green I would have wasted though if I'd like cut off the green to go back to white. Nah, I like the randomness of it really. Right, so once I've done this here, I'm going to stitch mark it. Stitch marker handy today, look. And I'm going to measure it against myself. Let's measure. So to measure it, I'm actually going to stitch mark my arm back together. Just because I think that will be better. As you can see, 10 rows has actually added quite a lot of length to my arm. Probably not enough, but it's a lot. So let's have a measure. I'm attached to the yarn, so oh yeah, see, look. So we're not quite there, but it's not going to be long. So the actual measurement at the moment is 33. So the next, it will have a cuff. So I might try another 5 rows and then measure it again. So this is just me getting to the end of the 5 rows. We're starting to get a little bit of pinky in the white now, so it's going to go to red soon. I wonder if it'll be, no, I don't think it'll go red on the arm. I think that might be the start of the next part that goes red. But anyway, we'll see. Sorry, I've got Harry Potter in my head for some reason, I don't know why. Come on, be nice to me, we're nearly there. Right, so I'm just going to stitch mark, and then I'm going to pin the yarn back together like this. And then we are going to do a little bit more of measuring it on me to see what it looks like. I'm just not sure whether I really need to go to 41, so I'm just going to keep testing until I'm decided. Looks pretty so far though, quite like it to be honest. Oh look, so if I pull that right in here, which is, let's be honest, it's not going to be right in there, so you know, I actually think that that might be the right length for me, because I'm still going to need a cuff and it's going to bend up and it's going to be quite nice. It won't sit like right under your arm, will it? So I think that's probably the right size for me when it's got a cuff on. So I'm actually going to stop there. But just for curiosity, we're actually going to measure it and see what the measurement is. So I'm going to pop, I don't want to do inches. I'm going to pop that in there. And actually I've got to 39 centimetres. That's not too bad. That's the end of this part. I forgot to say, we need to fasten this bit off. So yeah, fasten this bit off, guys. Sorry. Thank you for watching, and join me next time where we will start this bit again for the other side. Hope you have fun.